I have 3 questions I'd like you to ask your local atheist. When you meet him, ask him these 3 questions, and if he can answer these, I will be very impressed. Here we go. Imagine that you're driving along a country road and you see a beautiful orange orchard, hundreds and hundreds of trees, and each tree is laden with oranges. Now, where does it all start from? It all starts from a seed. You take the seed, you put it in the ground, and eventually up comes the tree. Here's question number 1. The tree has a lot of stuff. There's cellulose, there's bark, there are hundreds of oranges. Where does the stuff of the tree come from? So you'll tell me from the ground, right? Well, I'm sorry, that's not true. If you were to take a metal vat, put 500 pounds of dirt into it, take an orange seed, put it into that vat, leave it in the sun and the rain for 10 years, you'd come back and find a fully formed, fully grown orange tree and still 500 pounds of dirt in that metal vat. If you'd like to know where the substance of the tree comes from, it comes from a process called photosynthesis. You see, the leaves absorb the sunlight, mix in a little bit of carbon dioxide, mix in the water, and it synthesizes the stuff of the tree, meaning the tree makes the tree. If you had a business where you could make stuff out of thin air, you'd be financially pretty well off, but that's exactly what the tree does. But let's move along. If you've ever bitten into an orange, you'll note that it has a delicious sort of citrusy, tangy, sort of sweet taste to it. Where does the sweetness of the orange come from? Well, if you'll tell me again, the ground, well, I'm sorry to tell you that's not quite accurate. You see, if you take the seed and bite into it, it's bitter. The water is basically tasteless. And the ground, well, I don't know if you ever heard the expression, I'll make you eat dirt, boy, but dirt does not have a sweet taste. There is no sweetness in the ground. If you'd like to know where the flavor of the orange comes from, again, the answer is photosynthesis. The leaves absorb the sunlight, mix in the carbon dioxide, mix in the water, and synthesize, create anew. That delicious, tangy, citrusy, sweet flavor is created by the tree. Now think about that for a moment. Do you know how to synthesize anything, let alone a specific taste, let alone that very clearly identifiable taste of the orange? And if question number 2 hasn't moved our local atheist, let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3 goes like this. What color is the orange? Now that's really kind of a giveaway because the orange is orange, right? Okay, but here's the question. The seed is white on the outside, kind of gray on the inside. Water is translucent, basically no color. The earth is kind of brown. Where does the orange color come from? And if you were to dig down to China, you will not find orange pigment in the earth. If you'd like to know where the orange comes from, again, the answer is photosynthesis. The leaves absorb the sunlight, mix in a little bit of carbon dioxide, mix in the water, and synthesizes the color. Now, do you know the PMS match of orange? How much red, how much yellow, how much blue to create the perfect tinge? How does the tree know how to do that? But let's focus on what the orange is. On the outside of the orange is the peel. The peel is what has that beautiful color, and yet when you open the peel, you see that inside it's white, because the color is only needed on the outside, not on the inside. And when you peel open that orange, you see that there are wedges. Each wedge has juice sacs. When you burst into it, you get a burst of flavor. How did the tree know to synthesize the skin, synthesize the wedges, create the sweetness? And when you study the vastness, the complexity of this world, what you see is a great creator who put everything into existence, who made everything ready for us. And when you begin studying this world, you see the fingerprint, you see the hand of God, you see God operating in our very world.